Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jody with GE Designs, and welcome to Tipsy Tuesday. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Tipsy Tuesday. I'm Jody, and I'm here with my wonderful producer, Mr. Guicy. How are you, Gease?
We're doing great.
Great. It's a Tuesday, and surprise, you only got them for one day, right? Mm-hmm. They are taking a much-needed vacation, which we are happy for them, making sure they don't work. And today, we have a lot to show and some exciting stuff happening. So behind Guicy, we have Lovely Day, which I will talk a little bit about when we show our fabric for today. I love this one. I've made this one a couple times. So much fun.
It's a beautiful panel.
Yes. It was so popular, it lasted for like a day here. And then behind me is Miriam. And I will be talking about Miriam very shortly because we have some exciting news.
Yes, we do.
All right. So last week the question was, what toy did you love growing up? Now, I did not answer this question. Did you answer this question?
I don't think so.
What was your toy?
I mean, Hot Wheels. If you ask my girlfriend, it's still a problem at my house. When we were moving in, she was like, so are you going to get rid of some of these cars? And I had to go through and choose which ones the kids are allowed to play with.
That's funny.
I still have my special ones that no one can touch.
I still have the boys' Hot Wheels that I haven't gotten rid of. And the Legos. I haven't gotten rid of their Legos yet either. I'm figuring someday I'll have grandkids. So.
See, my mom got rid of all my Legos. Still a little mad about that.
Well, mine was the Barbie Dream House.
Oh
I got the Barbie Dream House. It was my favorite toy in the entire world. And one day my little brother decided he wanted to color all over my Barbie Dream House. So my Barbie Dream House came with graffiti.
Oh my gosh. That's great.
Yeah, and needless to say, I chased him around the house and did what sisters do to their little brothers. So,
quick story related to that.
Yeah.
My little sister, Svana, she used to draw on everything.
Oh, funny.
And then she got the idea when she learned how to write my name that she just started writing my name on all of her stuff.
So you'd get in trouble.
So then I would get in trouble, but my mom knew who did it.
That's so funny. But we do have a winner from last week. So every week we draw a name from the comments in the comment section, which, by the way, please comment. We'd love to see your comments, like and subscribe. And I will talk more about like and subscribe here in a little bit. So the winner from last week is Janet Sable. And she had Barbie doll cardboard house. So she had the cardboard house. I had the dream house. Congratulations, Janet. Again, if you want to be entered into the drawing, you'll watch the show, and at the end of the show, I will ask a question, and it doesn't have to be right or wrong. You just need to answer it in the comments. So today's tip of the day is actually setting you up for something that I'm going to tease later on in the show. So let's see what our tip of the day is.
In this video, I'd like to show you my favorite method of making half square triangles. I have a little chart available on my website where it shows you exactly how to cut your squares for this. But the rule is for half square triangles is that you want to cut your two squares, the two different colors, 1 inch larger than the finished size of the half square triangle it's supposed to be. So you can adjust this to any pattern. Now, as you might know, I like to save some steps and be efficient when I am making anything in quilting. So I eliminate steps that normally are maybe in patterns if I know that if it's not going to matter in the end result. So here I have two squares that I'm going to make half square triangles, and many methods tell you to layer the squares. You draw a line corner to corner, and then you have to sew a 1/4 inch from each side, cut it apart, press. But for me, to get the most accurate pieces, I eliminate 3 steps here. So I eliminate having to draw, and then I also eliminate the sewing accurately on each side. This is why we cut our squares just a tad bit larger. And then I use my mini ruler. So this is my Stripology mini, and I am using the white dotted lines that go out to the edges here. I'm aligning it with the bottom, and therefore I'm aligning the outermost slit corner to corner. So I can just cut these guys apart. So they're layered right sides together, and I can cut them apart right then and there. Take them to my sewing machine. Reason why I lined it up on the slit is because if I just cut it on the edge of a ruler, there's always the chance that you go off. This way, I'm using the last slit so I can place my cutter in the slit and safely cut them apart, and the ruler will hold them both in place. Now, if you're left-handed, you have the same lines on the other side, so you can line up the other side if that makes more sense for you. So now I have my units layered, and I just want to take them straight to my sewing machine and sew. So here's the other step I eliminate, is I don't really have to watch my seam allowance that closely for sewing these together. Yes, I'm sewing together a bias edge, but it really doesn't matter because we're going to square these up in the end. So once they have been sewn together, and now I'm just going to press them, so you will end up with 2 half square triangles, and then you press them towards the dark. And so I also don't have to worry about any distortion when you press, because that sometimes happens. So after you went through all the work of cutting accurate pieces, drawing, sewing on each side, and then pressing, sometimes the pressing will distort your pieces. But you don't have to worry about it because now it's time to square these up. So I cut these at 3.5 inches because they're going to be 2.5 inches in the end. So I am squaring them to 3 inches actually. So for whole inch sizes on triangles, you are going to use the black lines on the ruler. So you have 2, 3, 4, 5, and you have the lines going out here. You have a diagonal line going through the center. So I would be using this black line, 3-inch square, and then a diagonal black line on the seam. And then I just want to make 2 cuts through the 0 and 3. So squaring up to 3, that means the finished size will be 2.5. So I'm just going to show you without using my ruler stickers. Normally I mark my ruler out, but this is easy because it's just from the bottom corner. Now then I turn my square, and now I have this side and this side already trimmed. And so now I know I can align the diagonal line, align the top and the bottom line, and I end up with a perfect half square triangle. And so I limited a bunch of steps, saved myself some time, but I end up with a perfect half square triangle. Now, if you're doing a 1/2 inch increment, you're going to use the white squares. So we have from the center expanding out white squares. So even though this is larger, I'm just going to sew this one or trim this one to a 2.5. So we have that innermost circle here. You want to, whenever I do that, I always want to use my arrow stickers. So first, before I start trimming, because obviously I'm sometimes trimming a lot of them, I like to put my arrow stickers on the corners of the square I'm going to be trimming to. So I have this little square, 2.5 inches. So I place my ruler stickers so they're pointing at those diagonal lines, so it makes it a lot quicker to find those lines. And then I also make sure to put a different color sticker on the actual slits I'm going to be cutting through. And you find that by just bringing your fingers down. It's the 2-inch and the 4.5. So grab a different color. Those are going to be the slits that I'm cutting through. And so that is really going to eliminate any mistakes when I'm doing my trimming, however many half square triangle units you want to do. Now, of course, if you were cutting your original squares based on making a 2.5-inch trimmed square, which makes a 2-inch finished, you would probably cut this smaller, but I just wanted to show you. So aligning that line on the diagonal, the white line, And you'll see that all 4 corners of my square are on the inside. Again, make my 2 cuts. And then turn my unit. Find that diagonal white line again, line it up with my seam. And now I also have lines on the top and bottom to align with my cut edges, and then make the same cuts through the same slits. And then I have my perfect half square triangle.
Okay, so the tip of the day, half square triangles, the best way to do half square triangles. I don't even think about doing them any other way but that way. They're perfect every single time. But we showed that today because in a little bit, I'm going to share a little secret with you guys, and you will need to know how to do half square triangles at that point. But did you know, Guicy, did you know we do longarming services here at GE Designs?
Yes, I did.
And honestly, you guys, we have the best long armors in town. The stuff I've seen them put out is amazing. So I'm going to give you a little quick tutorial on how our long arming works. So you would go to our website, Longarming website, and you could do a couple different things. The best part is you can actually get an estimate first. So if you go to our website, you'll see this, get your full long arm quilting estimate. You can actually put in all of your details and it'll give you an idea of what it's going to cost, which nothing I hate worse than when I go to the long armor or drop my quilt off, and when I get it back, I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that's what it was going to cost. The second thing that I want to point out is we have this awesome intake and scheduling form. So you could do everything on the website. You put in the quilt size, all of those things. Laura and Julie will call if they need to ask questions, to do an intake, which is fantastic. And then you can ship your quilt in, or you can drop it off if you're local. So that's really nice. And then the bestest part is you can actually see our current lead time. So this is our actual current lead time right now, 11 days. So that is always changing depending on how much we have in inside the GE quilting queue, all kinds of things. But I really wanted to show you how precise and beautiful they actually package your quilts to send it back to you. Look at this. You get it folded up very meticulously. They do this beautiful little bow on it, and they package it up so that it gets to you safe and sound. I just think that all those little details are so amazing, and it just goes to show you how much Laura and Julie care about your quilts and what they do to make sure that they're safe and beautiful when you get them. So one of the things I wanted to show you were some of the quilting designs you could actually use in your quilting. And I'm hoping I blew these up enough so you can see them. But the first one is on, actually a lot of these I picked out from the new book. So this is Emile, and this is called SSDD full row block. So you can see that it's kind of got like a little geometric in there, and then there's a little swirl. And I think it works really great because you've got all these blocks and it kind of breaks up that like squareness to the actual quilt. It's also a little bit denser. So if you want your quilt to be a little more like, not stiffer, but quilted densely, which then makes the actual quilt blocks pop out, that's what you would do. The second one is on Harold. It's called Box Trot. I love this one. It's super fun. It's kind of like a play on boxes, an all-over design. Very fun to do with this. There's a lot of negative space on this quilt, so you could do all kinds of great things, but this really shows off the quilting a lot. Nancy, this one actually is called iCat 1. How cool is this, Geese? It looks like an eye, which I think is probably why they named it that way, but it has kind of this geometric shape. You can really see it in the white on there.
Yeah, I love that one.
It's so fun. These are just like a super simple like sampling of what we have. We have tons of designs. The next one is Rania, and this is called Calder. I thought this one was really fun. It's a little bit harder to see, but it kind of has all these different swirls and circles and different designs in there, and it really showcases the fabric. Tintin is the next one. This is called Free Motion Texture. This I love. It's so much fun. It's so densely quilted, so it really, really makes that center pop out. You can really see the design on there really well in the center.
I love how you can see it so clearly on the colors.
Yeah.
And on the dark background.
Yeah, and I don't know what color thread. I'm assuming that's black that they used on there. It could be a charcoal, but you'd be shocked at, like, if you used a pink on black or a green, how that just blends in. And they are so good at knowing what thread to be using with that. And then the next one is Toto. This Toto, not Toto, Toto. This is called Ebb and Flow. I love this, like, it looks like ocean-y kind of waves, and it's going like long way across. It really breaks up the scrappy kind of squares in that. And here is a picture of a Longarm actually being quilted. You could see it looks like a Nordic star on there. It's really hard to see, but in the blue you can kind of see the Nordic star in there.
Kind of looks like our logo.
Yeah, kind of. Could be. So if you're interested in GE Longarming, I'm telling you, we have the best in town. They are amazing. They do amazing work. Please go to the Longarming website. I think it's gelongarming.com. I didn't write it down. I apologize. I'm sure someone in the comments.
Our normal website.
Yeah, or go to the website, and up at the top, you'll see a little icon that says GE Longarming on there. You will not be disappointed. It's an amazing service, and I'm just so happy that we have it here.
Got some questions here.
Yeah. I do not think you get reward points on Longarming. That's a good question, actually. I'm pretty sure we don't.
And then...
Oh. I checked out your Longarm, says the prices are really reasonable. I think, Kim, I agree. I think they are very reasonable. And for what you're getting, you get a lot of one-on-one contact with Julie and Laura. And so they walk you through the whole process, which is amazing.
You got 2 different point people on your quilt.
Yep, they're amazing.
Amazing.
Okay. So let's get to the really, really fun and exciting thing. Guess what showed up in the warehouse today?
What?
Nordic Summer!
That's right, it's here.
I tried so hard, you guys, to get Guicy to cut that fabric, so we had it, but you should see the boxes. There are so many boxes here. So we are so excited to have it in-house finally. I can't wait to get my hands on it, but I'm going to show you some of the products we have so that you can actually get your hands on it too. Now remember, this is a limited run. This is not a basic line, so once this is gone, it's gone forever. So don't hold back. So the first thing I have for you is the half yard bundle. This is a full collection. There's 24 pieces in it. You'll get every piece in a half yard. You can go online and order these. So if you didn't get it, you can go ahead and get it now. The next one is a 1 yard bundle. So you could get the full collection in a 1 yard bundle, 24 pieces. We also broke it up into 2 colorways. So we have a half yard bundle in the jam, buttermilk and jam colorway. So more of that kind of purpley colors. And then the next one is the half yard bundle in the hot spring and meadow collection. So definitely leans more towards that green teal color. 12 pieces in this one. On top of the bundles, we actually did some kitting. So the first one is Carnival. This one is 90 by 90. We are kitting this one. You'll be able to get that soon. Yes, yay, we're all excited about that. This one is so beautiful. Just love how this one turned out. And we did the Kite Runner, which is 59 by 81. We did this in 2 colorways. We did it in the jam, and then we did it in the green colorway. So we will have this kitted in both colorways for you. 59 by 81 is the size. And then, as I was teasing earlier, we have the Victory quilt, which is 53 by 73, and we will be doing a quilt along with this one. So practice up on your half square triangles, because that will be coming very, very soon. So stay tuned. And the reason I wanted to mention this was, if you like and subscribe, when we post kind of like fun pictures, which we will with Nordic Summer, you will be the first ones to know because you are actually liking and subscribing to our page. Also, it just gives you a quick reminder of the things that are coming up, shows, things like that. So be sure to like the page, subscribe so you don't miss out on anything GE. Okay, so we also have 4 wide backs with this collection. I will say that this one coming up is my absolute favorite. It's an ombre. It's called Ground Cover Jam, and so it ombres up and down. I will be purchasing this for sure. And then we have Angelica Jam, another one that's absolutely gorgeous. And then we also did the Angelica in Lake. Very fun. And then the last one is Wild Flora and Buttermilk. So we will probably have some 1 yards in this. I don't think we've made a decision on how many or which ones, but stay tuned for that. It's another thing we might, be throwing stuff out there, just waiting to see. But that is Nordic Summer, and we are so excited. And of course, Gudrun is on vacation, so she can't even actually see it in person, which I'm sure she's super bummed about.
We get the first look.
We get the first look, which I love.
I've got a question for you
Yeah.
here in regards to the quilts earlier.
Yeah. Love the quilts from the book. When will it be shipping? So the book is at the printer. We are shooting for the end of August, I think September. We always hope that it's going to come in sooner rather than later, but right now that's kind of where we're at.
People are also asking for an update on the wool pressing mats.
Yes, we did actually get a date on that one. It will be the end of August. We got a notification on that actually this week. So expect that to be coming really soon. The other thing I wanted to mention is for Nordic Summer, please give us a couple weeks. Poor Guicy has to cut all this fabric first. So we will be busy cutting fabric and getting ready. So give us a couple weeks and we'll start shipping out your bundles and kits if you've already pre-ordered.
All right, we're getting some more questions here. Let me get them lined up.
We don't have any right now, but I would suspect that Lynn will probably cut some fat quarters. We didn't do it for the pre-sale, but I'm imagining we will.
I'm sure we'll do some littles too eventually.
For sure. I bought Colonel Penwood. There was a special on patterns as original. Are there any differences after it was updated? I don't know that for a fact, but what I do know is that she usually always updates the, like making it stripologized. So it's probably more geared towards Stripology ruler. Not that you can't use the old one. Which one is a quilt along? That would be Victory. We will be doing a Victory quilt along. Yeah, let's show that one. So this one, it's super beautiful, but very easy to do. So we're excited to have this one coming up very soon. Already ordered it. Love it. Love it. So I'm so excited about this. We have just been, because we're kind of behind the scenes, we've been talking about this fabric line for a really long time.
Yes.
So it's very fun for us to actually get our physical hands on some fabric, which is cool.
Got about 2 more pallets to go through.
It's a lot of fabric, you guys. Yeah, it's a lot of fabric. But we do have actual fabric to show you today, and this fabric line is so fun. I just love it, love it. So it's called Hue by Juicy Juice. He is actually now with FreeSpirit Fabrics. This is his first line with FreeSpirit. So it's really fun. So let's get started on that. So the first color here we've got, it's kind of like, well, I won't explain it. I'll just wait and show you. But here's this beautiful red. It's kind of like a pinkish red. It's got some different undertones in there, kind of like a gradient. Trying to get this. And then we have this like paint splatter look with the orange. So the lighter orange dark, we put a little bit of yellow in there. And here is our yellow with green. So as you can see that each fabric kind of plays off and builds off of the next one. Little polka dot. Again, gives you kind of that paint splatter look. Let me move this over. This is a 12 piece. We've got green with these cool geometrics. It's just like this one over here. And blue. Again, I just love this like paint stroke kind of look to the prints. And we have teal with the polka dot on there, and we've got some of the black, the blue in there, the lighter color teal. Of course, my favorite color, purple. And as you can see, each one kind of plays off the next one. You've got some of the blue in there. We got the lighter purples. This is a fantastic line. I was so happy that I got to show this one. And then we are playing with the lighter color with this geometric shape in the center. And then we have this awesome rainbow colored paint splatter. Can't go wrong with that. Yeah, I don't think this line's going to last very long, so so good. And then we have some black and white. I love this one. This is definitely looks like someone took their paintbrush and just splattered it all over. Love the bright colors. This is, and then we've got this like light gray with the polka dot, and then of course this really dark charcoal or even like a dark blue attached to that. And we've got the light gray with the paint, the brush strokes in the black and charcoal. We also have the panel, which is amazing. So let me just give you a quick shot of that. It's kind of like having a color wheel at your fingertips. Look at how cool. Let me move this up so I can actually really show you. So it's a 1 yard panel, and I've seen people use this way, which is the 36 by 43. Lots of options. You can do the Lovely Day, which was behind Guicy earlier. So lots of different ways. I mean, look how cool this panel is. You could even just put it in a frame. It's just like a piece of artwork. Just love it.
If I'm not mistaken, you grabbed one of these, didn't you?
I didn't yet.
Oh, somebody did.
But I want to. You guys, I tend to not really like to do panels very much, but we do such a good job of picking fabric for these panels. So we do have some 1 yards that we picked out. We couldn't stop. So we have this 1 yard, the polka dot with the white and the gray. It's called Hue Drops Whisper. So we've got that one. And then we have an amazing stripe. You know how much I love a good stripe. It's called Hue Streaks X-Ray. So great. Goes really well with this end of the spectrum. But this one I have to open because would be very cool on the back. Yeah, that's a great idea as a back. But then we have this one, which I just love. So basically it's giving you this color wheel. It's talking about the different colors. This would be awesome on the back of a quilt too. Border in your quilt. Some bigger blocks, you can fussy cut some of these like circles that are in there. There's so many options. This would be fun on a bag, like right here, cutting that out and maybe using that as like a border or an accent print. So yes, we do have a pull. It's amazing. I had so much fun. doing the pull, so let's get started. I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's start with the blues. So we've got the thatched coastal, so I really wanted to pull out some of these like blue colors. It's not an exact match, which I think is great because you can really play around with that. And then of course glazed denim, just to pull out that light color blue. And then the aqua, so retro stitch teal, almost a perfect match for this. And we had to have some green. There isn't a ton of green in here, but I really wanted to pull this darker shade of green that's in this print out. You could use this for accent if you want, but you have to, this is like a color wheel, so I feel like you can't really like make a mistake or go wrong with any of these. And then we've got the spotted lime to kind of bring out some of those lighter colored greens. Dry brush citrus, bright yellow. We have to have yellow because why not? It's part of the color wheel. And then orange, so we have glazed tangerine. Of course, glaze is so great for like their really fun bright colors. And then color essence dotted scroll orange. So this is a color club fabric that we had. Again, just another way to use your color clubs is to bring it into some of those bundles, but you can see that it's really have some of these oranges in here. It works really well with that. And then Bumbleberry's Autumn Red. So I wanted to play with something that went with this little reddish pink color. So that's what I got there. Let me turn these around. It's so pretty. And then we have to have pink, because why not? So I went with Desert Rose. Another lighter color to play off of this. There's also some in this one. And we have to have like our purplish pink colors. That's the Glaze Gum Drop. And then Nitty Gritty Plum. I mean, come on. This is like the absolute perfect color for this purple in here. And I love Nitty Gritty because it has a bunch of different tones in there, so you can get some lighter colors and some darker colors. Glaze Lavender Dust to pull out this really light color lavender in here. And I had to bring out Stitched Curly Q's OSTS. Now, how fun would that be on the background of this quilt? So much fun. And then I did the Crackle Raven to really play with some of these darker blacks. You know, you can use this as an accent, sashing, all those things. Let me move that here. And then for a lighter background, you can actually use this one for your background, but I pulled out Glazed Milk Glass. It really goes so well with this light gray here, and you can also use that as background in any of your quilts. Also, we did get the wide back for this collection. And look at this, it's called Hue Prismatic Polychrome. I'm just gonna open it a little bit so you can see it. But look how fun that is. You guys, this one will not last long either. People are gonna go crazy over this one. Very fun. So that is Hue by Juicy Juice for FreeSpirit Fabrics. Geasy's over here telling me, stop, wait, stop, and I'm over here talking to myself. Anyways.
Let the music play out a little bit.
See, you guys have to remember, I can't hear what's happening, so I'm going to blame it on that. Not that I want to keep going. So I mentioned earlier that we do a giveaway question at the end of every show. We take random winners from the comments that you make in the show comments on YouTube or Facebook. And so the question is, what is something you're surprisingly good at? And Guicy asked me this, and I had a hard time with this one because what is that saying? I'm a jack of all trades, but an expert of none.
Yeah. And I said, that's my job title.
Yeah. I would say that golf. By far, I am not good at golf, but I'm surprisingly good at times.
There you go.
In the dark. I'm really good in the dark. What's yours?
I would say the basketball game at like arcades.
Oh, yeah, the
Pop a
one.
shot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never played basketball. I was always too short for it and doing gymnastics.
I tried basketball.
But yeah.
All
Pop a
right.
shot. I'll take anyone in it.
So let's put your comments below in the comment section, wherever that is. And next week we will pull a random winner. I'm excited to see what people are saying about that. Upcoming shows. So we have Happy Friday on July 24th. I think me and Guicy are going to be doing that show again next week, so that'll be fun. Or
Yep.
not next week, this week
This week.
at noon. And then next week is Tipsy Tuesday, July 28th at 4 p.m. And you guys, we always have so much stuff going on. I love it. We always have so much to do on these shows. So please be sure to join us for all of the fun activities. Any other comments or questions?
I think I got a couple questions for you here.
Okay.
Here we go.
What is the date of the Victory Quilt? We will be sharing that soon.
All right.
Soon. I had to tease it, but I can't give away everything, Carolyn. Sorry.
And then here from Kim.
Do you know when money for 3-day virtual review will be due? I only paid $50 so far. I don't know the exact date of that one, but we will send an email out. I think it's like fall-ish usually when we do that. It's a good question.
And then I just wanted to shout this one out.
Hi, Mr. GP from Lexi and Ella. Nice. I'm super jealous, you guys. Going to a concert.
Going to a concert this weekend for Ella's birthday.
Nice. Happy birthday, Ella.
Happy birthday.
Okay, guys, that is our show for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We always have a good time, and we will see you on Friday.
Bye.
Good night.
Sunrise shining through my sewing room, coffee brewing, fabric in bloom, stacks of color lined up clean, living out that GE dream. Rulers and steady hands, turning yardage into plans from Minnesota down to the seas. We're stitching joy with GE. Every cut so straight and true, confidence in what we do. I love quilting. G-Design sets me free. I love quilting. Stripology harmony. Line it up and let it glide. Watch those perfect pieces slide. Oh, I love quilting. Sewing community. that far